Project description. The question bank and quiz score tracker allows users to create, play, and manage quizzes dynamically. It features a modular design using classes for managing questions and quiz scores. The program supports the addition of custom questions, displays the existing questions, and provides an interactive quiz experience where users can answer questions and receive immediate feedback. Scores are recorded, displayed, and sorted with features to find the highest and lowest scores.
Linear search is a basic technique for finding an item in a list by checking each element one by one. The search starts from the first element and continues until the desired item is found or the end of the list is reached. This approach is simple and effective for small data sets. In this project, linear search is used to find the highest and lowest quiz scores. Since the list of scores is usually short, linear search is efficient enough for this purpose. For the sorting algorithm, we select bubble sort. Bubble sort is a method for sorting a list of items by repeatedly comparing adjacent elements and swapping them if they are in the wrong order. This process continues until the entire list is sorted. After each pass, the largest element bubbles up to its correct position. Although bubble sort is simple to implement, it can be inefficient for large datasets because it requires multiple passes through the list. In this project, it is used to sort quiz scores in ascending order, which works well because the number of scores is small. This slide shows how bubble sort is executed. In this slide, it is necessary to arrange the numbers in ascending order. We need to compare two items at a time. If the first item is larger than the second item, we need to swap the position. With that, the first item will be in the place of the second item, and the second item will be in the place of the first item. We're going to change the items until they're in ascending order, and finally we say sorted.
Assalamualaikum, my name is ILYANA. In this part, I would like to discuss about header file. There are two header files, which is quiz and quiz manager. These classes play a vital role in adding questions, running quizzes, and managing scores. The first class is quiz class. This class handles the question-related operations such as adding questions, displaying them, starting the quiz, and also calculate the score. The second one is quiz manager class. This class manages multiple quiz scores, including storing, displaying, sorting, and finding the highest and the lowest scores. For the quiz class is responsible for handling quiz-related operations. The key features include data members, which is head, a pointer to a linked list storing all quiz questions. The second one is scores, to track the current quiz score. And the last one is the total question, to keep track of the total number of questions. For public functions, first one is constructor, to initialize the linked list score and question count to 0. The second one is destructor. It used to free the memory used by the linked list. Next, add questions, to add a new question to the quiz. Display question, to display all the questions. The second one is start quiz, to conduct the quiz collecting and scoring user response. Next, the calculate score, to display the final quiz score. Get score, to return the final score. For quiz manager, the private member is vector in scores, which is a vector that stores all quiz scores. For the public member, we have add score in score, to add a new score to the list of scores. The second one is display scores, to display all the quiz scores stored in the vector. Next, sort scores, to sort the scores in ascending order using bubble sort. Next, find highest score. Return the highest score from the vector. If scores are available, it will return to -1. Next, find lowest score. To return the lowest score from the vector, if scores are available, it returns -1.
Next is implementation file, which named quiz.cpp. In this file, we have two classes, which are quiz class and quiz manager class. In quiz class, we have quiz as our constructor. It initializes the linked list, head is set to null, pointer, score to 0, and total number of questions to 0. Secondly, we have quiz destructor. It frees memory by iterating through the linked list of questions and deleting each node. Third, we have method named as add question. It creates a new question and adds it to the linked list. The new question becomes the head of the list and increments the total questions counter. Fourth, we have display questions, which it displays all the questions in the quiz in order. If there are no questions, it prints no questions to display. Furthermore, we have start quiz. It runs the quiz by asking each question in the list, prompts the user for their answer and compares it to the correct answer, increments the score for each correct answer and provides feedback, calls calculate score after the quiz is completed, and if no questions are available, it prints an appropriate message. Next is calculate score, and it displays the user's final score and the total number of questions. Lastly, we have get score, where it returns the current score of the quiz. As for the quiz manager class, first we have add score that adds a new score to the scores vector. Secondly, we have display scores, and it displays all the scores stored in the vector. If no scores are available, it prints no scores available to display. Thirdly, we have sort scores. It sorts the scores in ascending order using the bubble sort algorithm, and it also prints a message indicating that the scores have been sorted. Moreover, we have find highest score, where it finds and returns the highest score in the vector and returns -1 if the vector is empty. And lastly, we have find lowest score, which it finds and returns the lowest score in the vector and returns -1 if the vector is empty.
In the main file, we have display menu, main, and the while loop. In the display menu, the function displays the available options to the user so that user can choose an option by entering a number corresponding to a menu item. In main, Quiz Manager is created to handle operations related to storing and managing quiz scores. Quiz is an instance of the quiz class that allows adding questions and running the quiz. Choice is an integer variable used to store the user's selection. The while loop uses to repeatedly display the menu and prompt the user for input. The user's choice is read and processed using a switch statement where each case corresponds to a specific operation. Now for the switch case, case 1, the user is prompted to enter a question and the correct answer. Cin ignore is used to clear any remaining input from the buffer, ensuring get line works correctly for reading the full question text. The entered questions and correct answer are added to the quiz using quiz add question. Case 2 calls quiz display question to display all the questions in the quiz. Case 3 calls quiz start quiz to start the quiz. After the quiz is completed, the score is retrieved using quiz get score and added to the quiz manager using manager add score. Case 4 calls manager display scores to show all the stored scores from completed quizzes. In case 5, calls manager sort scores to sort the scores in ascending order using bubble sort. After sorting, it displays the sorted scores using manager display scores. Case 6 calls manager find highest score to find and display the highest score. If there are no score, -1 will be written, indicating that no quizzes have been completed. Case 7 calls manager find lowest score to find and display the lowest score. If there are no scores, -1 will be written. Case 8 exits the program by breaking out the do while loop. A farewell message will be displayed.
In this video, we will be demonstrating on how the program works. First, you should run the code and the menu list will pop on your screen. It will ask you to choose any number in the list. Let's start by adding questions. To add questions, you should enter number 1. After entering number 1, it will ask you to enter any maths questions and press enter. Next, it will ask you to enter the answer for that questions. For your information, you can add multiple questions by choosing option number 1 after you're done entering the answer for previous question. The video shows that we added 3 questions. Once you have done adding questions, choose option number 2 and all the questions that you have added earlier will be displayed. Next, if you choose option number 3, the quiz will start. More than one person can start the quiz by choosing option number 3 repeatedly. choose option number 4 to see your scores. Option number 5, it will display all the quiz scores and it is sorted in ascending order. Option number 6 is to find the highest score. Option number 7 is to find the lowest score. Option number 8 is to end the program.